Yo, what is up, guys? How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, everybody's having an amazing day. Welcome back to episode 6 of Not Another Cod Pod. It is your boy Boss, aka Geo George, coming at you in another week with the boys. We're a little bit later than usual, but yeah, Joe.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy. Let's go, Joe. Keeping it real, and we got another good one ready for y'all today. Let's get it.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Matthew motherfucking Z. I'm just kidding. What's going on, guys? Got a weird, I don't even want to say weird episode, just kind of yeah, just chilling.
What's there to talk about?
Gonna go over the
there's
CDL Paris. Let me finish, boys. Y'all are cutting me off. I'm not even done with my introduction.
Welcome to my world.
Damn! We got CDL Paris to go over some things with.
No audio for the other people? Bull. Hold on.
I'm losing full.
Bro.
Say it to yourself, Joe. I gotta introduce myself. Damn!
You can tell we've done this a lot of times.
Yeah, from you. But guys, we appreciate y'all being here. We're gonna go over CDL. We're gonna go over a little bit of Warzone, Call of Duty, whatever else there is to go over. Teams performances, etc., etc. Bro, I appreciate y'all being here. Hope you all enjoy this week's episode.
All right, so guys, I say it's only right if we talk about CDL first.
Oh yeah, brother. I got the
And-
questions.
Yeah, one thing real quick. Our brackets got busted.
Busted. I didn't have Florida making the semis. Busted.
I think I only got like 10 points on my bracket thing. My bracket got busted, bro.
I don't even know.
Who would have thought Florida would have went in there and got back to back, dude?
They're angry.
They're a good
They're
online
pissed.
team.
They are murdering the online scene.
They're good at online. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But
We'll go with that.
so what I had first on the list was just our thoughts on CDL Paris. I do have the bracket up. So the first match on the bracket was Paris versus Ultra, and this isn't even an updated bracket. Wow. But wait. Oh wait, no, this got changed to New York. Okay, I was like, that doesn't even sound like the right matchup. So it was Paris and Florida, clearly. I mean, we all predicted Florida was going to win that. Florida ended up 3-0 on them. I think I called that as a 3-1. But yeah,
I don't remember
3-0
what I
to
called
Florida.
I think I said 3-1 as well.
And then the wait, Joe, what'd you got? You have Florida, right?
And the Paris matchup? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my bracket's still in our group chat, Z.
Yeah, I don't even know where mine's at. I could go through the Discord and find it, but that's too much work. Next one was London and Dallas. I think I called this one 3-2. Maybe the 3-1. I can't remember. But Dallas ended up beating them 3-2, which was actually a really close match. I'm telling y'all, London's looking a lot better. With the
Since they
pickup
picked
of
up
0-0.
Oh no, 0-0. Skies was the
Yeah.
other. Yeah.
And then, so that sent Paris and London down into the first knockout match of Group A. And, I mean, let's be real here. The best European team won, and that would be London. I don't even want to say it's Paris's fault. Like, they might be underperforming a little bit, but they also have a horrible online split. They have two in the Carolinas and 3 in Cali. So,
Yeah.
they just have, it's very unfortunate for them.
Yeah.
And then, let's go down to Group B, brother. It was New York and Optic. New York took it 3-1. I think we all called that one correctly.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I
all
think I
of
called that
our
one
matches
exact.
were right in the first round, except for maybe... Well, actually, no. Yeah, we were all... Like, our first 4 initial matches, I think we all called correctly. Because then FaZe ended up beating Toronto, which wasn't a close match by any means. It was 3-2. I think I saw going into the finals 5 of FaZe's last 6 series were game 5s.
Yeah.
Yeah. FaZe, they've kind of struggled in the last 2 events a little bit.
Struggling is an
Yeah.
understatement. They made it to the finals, but like they're going 3-2 against a team that they should 3-0.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Like
weird.
Seattle.
I don't know what they got going on.
And then.
Yeah, it's...
Huh?
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 I don't know. Sending that sent
well,
Toronto.
you-
Huh?
Nothing.
Alright, chat, since Joe's done being a fucking cucklord. That sent Optic and Toronto into the first knockout match of Group B, which I think I called Optic like 3-1 or 3-2, and Toronto ended up 3-0ing them. And also, the funny thing about this series is the first hardpoint was on Hackney Yard, and it was the quickest game of hardpoint in Call of Duty, or competitive Call of Duty history.
Yeah, didn't they get like 50 pointed?
It was 250 to 49, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's just absolutely ridiculous.
I remember people were making excuses because they had bad side spawns off rip.
That is no excuse to get only 49 points in a professional match.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be getting beat that bad in scrims, let alone the actual tournament.
Yeah, I remember everybody was saying I don't know. It's pretty much excuses, but they're saying how they had bad side spawns. They were holding down that first hard point, and then they were holding down that second hard point, and that's pretty much an easy 100 points right there. So that's pretty much what they're saying.
Excuses.
Yeah.
They got their asses kicked.
Pretty much.
So then that put New York them in round 2 of Group B. New York beat Atlanta beat New York 3-2. English is hard. Atlanta beat New York 3-2, which another game 5 for Atlanta.
Real quick, I don't mean to cut you off, Z, but just real quick before we go any further, about New York, dude, Mac has been their fucking guy for New York.
Disgusting.
Dude, him on Hackney with that MP5, he could pretty much almost 1v5 the whole fucking team, bro.
He was on one, for sure.
Dude, like, Mac, the way that he's just been able to step up and pretty much overperform what people expected of him. Like, I feel like that's going to be a really common theme that's going on with the rest of the season. Like, we're seeing it with Mac, we're seeing it with Awakening. You know, all these guys are coming up and they're stepping up big time. You know, Proto for Seattle, they didn't expect Proto to do what he's doing. It's a lot of good things that are coming out of this CDO.
I mean, I agree, but also I gotta think we gotta take it with a grain of salt, considering there's not much of a skill gap in this game. So like, yeah, they might be doing phenomenal in this game, and I'm not trying to say they're gonna be bad at the next COD or they were bad at the previous Call of Duties, because obviously they were already top amateurs going into this game, or they wouldn't be where they're at now. But like, next year's game is gonna be a Treyarch game, and Treyarch games usually have a good skill gap other than BO1. So I think they're really gonna have to step it up next year and prove that that's
100%.
actually where they belong, because I mean, come on, the slide canceling broken, cameras broken. 2 of the guns broken. Like the maps dog shit, domination dog shit. So like,
yeah,
I really
back control.
Yeah, I really
let's
think you got to take it with a grain of salt. But like, I agree, they're phenomenal in this game. I'm not trying to downplay them. They are phenomenal players in this game. But I think also since we're towards the end of the year, we gotta kind of keep that in the back of our heads. Just like, they got to prove themselves, I guess, in a way next year to prove that that is where they do belong.
Yeah.
Joe, you're
I
muted.
feel that. He was talking to
Oh,
chat.
okay.
But yeah, and then like even Karma, what was it? Was it the Codcast with Nameless?
And Pac-Man.
To where he was pretty much saying like this game was just too much for him. Like at first, like at the start of this game, like it was pretty much simple. It was played like any other Call of Duty. But then you got the guys over here to where, yeah, you got the guys over here that figured out the broken slide cancel. They figured out the broken camera. They pretty much broke. They broke the game, and
Literally,
Karma was saying that it was just too much.
Pretty much.
They literally broke the game.
Yep.
And then, so that sent FaZe straight to the, I guess, final bracket is what they have it listed on here. And that sent New York down to play Toronto. New York ended up beating Toronto 3-1, which isn't really a surprise. Toronto had a good tournament as far as, I mean, they played FaZe really, really close. They absolutely shit on Optic, and then they took a map off New York. So I think there's only positives you can really take from this tournament for Toronto. I think they played FaZe a lot harder than anyone else expected. I mean, I don't want to say, it's not an upset that they beat Optic, but I think the fashion that they beat Optic was definitely surprising. So I think there's definitely a lot of positives that Toronto could take from this tournament.
Toronto was the one that dropped classics for Kleenex, right?
Yeah, and they played pretty damn good with Kleenex.
Dude, like that's what I'm saying. Like before, like in all the past Call of Duties, like whenever it was a shit roster, like they would drop like one guy, try to pick up another all-star, and then try to fix the team like that. But like I feel like with this CDL stuff, like it's giving a lot of amateurs, their time to shine, and they're really doing it this game. Like that, I feel like this is their game to get their name a little bit more known in the pro scene, prove that they can compete at that higher level. So when the next Call of Duty comes around, they'll maybe have a shot at a starting position again.
I agree. And then that was Group B for round 2. Round 2 of Group A was Florida and Dallas in the winners part of the group. Florida beat them 3-1. I mean, I don't want to say it was much of a surprise, but it kind of wasn't.
I was expecting a closer game.
I was too, but I'm not surprised that Florida won with just the level they've been playing on. I didn't have them winning that match. No,
I think
honestly,
I had Dallas winning.
I know for a fact I had Dallas winning because I had Dallas going straight to the. I had Dallas going straight to the finals.
I had Chicago winning it all.
Chicago wasn't at this event.
That
I think you and George. No, you and George. You and George had Dallas. Me and Snoop had FaZe.
FaZe. I was very inebriated during last episode.
Very.
I apologize for that as well.
Yo, Joe pulling out the vocabulary today.
I have that.
So he thinks. All right, so the losers part of Group A is Dallas and London. It's a rematch of the round 1 match between these two teams, and it was a 3-2 the first time, and then Dallas is clean swept them 3-0.
Yeah.
Definitely a big underperformance as far as London, but I mean Dallas just kind of asserted their dominance in that type of fashion. They're just like, get the fuck out of here, kid.
They just whipped out their crock and
literally. They're like, hey guys, it's on the table. What are you gonna do with it? Moving on to the next round. That put Florida, New York, Atlanta, and Dallas in the final bracket. It was the matchup between Florida and New York, and then FaZe and Dallas. And the Florida-New York match was actually a huge choke as far as New York's part, because they were up 2-0 and got reverse swept to miss out on their first finals appearance of the year.
I would love to see New York go, man. I feel like
I would love
deserve
to.
It.
Yeah, like I'm not the biggest fan of some of the players, as far as like I don't want to say some of the players. One in particular, Donnie Temp. I don't have a grudge against him, but like he just has the biggest fucking ego for no reason. Like he's a good player.
Yes.
He has nothing to back it up, and that's the only thing only the issue I take with. But I mean, it is what it is. Donnie will be a champion sooner rather than later. And then. Yeah, I mean, Zoom and Attach, they've been there. They've won on multiple titles, and I know it's definitely frustrating for them to choke something like that. They could possibly get one in this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's.
Somebody in my chat asked me who'd y'all take in a 1v1, Formal or Crim?
Formal.
I take Krim.
Let's see. That's a tough one.
Krim is no longer the Krim bot. Krim, he's still a great player. He's not the dominant player he used to be, and Formal's definitely showed flashes. Not even flashes. He's been very consistent all year.
That's why I picked Krim, so I could beat him.
Excuse me?
So that's why I said Krim, so I could beat him.
Wait, true. Ronky said that accuracy for New York has been performing
accuracy.
Bro, I was saying really for the long. I think I've even said it on this podcast so far. I said drop Lamar, pick up the one and only Tyler Fellow, move Attached to the main AR because he's a slower player. But accuracy, I mean, I mod for the guy, and he just basically probably watched it and said, "Fuck you, kid," and then just probably stepped it up. Yeah, I'm the whole reason. New York fans, you're welcome.
Yo, Joe, you smell that, dog? Joe, you smell that?
I'm muting you in Cord. Oh wait, no shit. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Ronky, I agree. Ronky said, I thought earlier in the season he was shit, but now he's playing well. I'd agree. Joe, do you want to give us our thoughts instead of talking to chat? Do you want to like engage with the audience of YouTube and both of our chats?
Bro, I just spent the last 7 days hammered. Okay. My input for this week is I'm not on the I'm not gonna be able to say much on the CDL for this week. Sorry about.
He's got a fair point.
I'm just gonna say that.
All right, well let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. It was FaZe Dallas. Guess what, guys? No surprise here. Another game 5.
Yep.
But Atlanta, once a fucking again, all 3 of their matches, other than the finals, were game 5s. Like, think about that. 3 of their wins, or all 3 of their wins were from game 5. Drop Joe, pick up Ronky, brought him down. Ronky hopping the cord.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
but honestly, I don't understand like why other teams just aren't able to close out on FaZe.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
it's not.
that one doesn't surprise me for the simple fact that, I mean, even if FaZe was at their best, it would surprise me if that series went a game 5. So that one's more understandable.
I mean, there's been some series where it looks like a team's got FaZe like on the ropes,
Seattle,
And then they get iced.
Toronto.
and then they just I don't know.
Well, Seattle got iced.
Seattle got
Ice.
iced, but it's weird. I don't know. But FaZe ain't gonna be able to do that against like the other top tier teams.
Which is crazy because 3 of the top 4 teams here, they were here, and then Atlanta played one, beat them, went and played the next one, got shit on. Literally in the
Yep.
finals against Florida, they got swept 3-0. And
So
that
weird.
I think it was Dom Hackney, which is FaZe's best domination map. They got shit on. It was like 200 to some double-digit number. They didn't even hit the triple-digit numbers in score. Like, it
Yo,
was
Z.
horrendous.
Yo, Z, do you think they were on their cooldown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They ran out of G Fuel.
They ran out of juice.
You know, they said, yo, we can't let y'all go refuel every series.
It's like, yeah, the fucking G Fuel people are here. They're like, guys, we can't give you tubs anymore.
We can't give you.
I'm sorry. Surflex in the chat said he believes it was like 235 to 75.
That's insane, man.
Like somewhere, and he said somewhere around there. Don't quote him, but like somewhere in that general score line. Like that is
Yeah,
that is
that's insane.
pathetic.
Just
That
the
is-
fact that a top tier team like that performed that poorly on one of their best maps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there's
weird.
no excuse.
there's no excuse. No.
I mean, and even then though, like teams could see how the Mutineers played against FaZe, and they could take that and try to use that against FaZe again. You know,
100%.
like they could see like what angles Florida was holding on them, how they played it, how aggressive, how passive they were at certain moments, and they could use that to their advantage. And it's going to cause FaZe to make it's going to cause them to probably make some drastic changes to their playstyle, because FaZe's playstyle, their go-to playstyle is to just go. They rely a lot on their MP5s to get up in
Their
the
speed.
business. Yeah,
they're
rely on their
fast.
MP5s to just fly at the other team.
They just get up
be
in there.
aggressive.
They just get up in there and run through.
Wasn't cool.
Major Maniac, he just holds like the
He is
the
an
one
anchor.
spot. Yeah, he
is
just
an
holds
anchor,
for him.
bro. And that ties them together really well whenever everybody's gelling, whenever everybody's working.
Wasn't full.
So
Pull your mic down.
Fuck you.
That is a weird mic angle, though.
What, mine?
Yeah, it's like
Because when I get right here, it's too damn loud.
yeah, same thing with mine. When I pull mine
Yeah.
in, it's too loud for you guys.
I mean, yeah, like, come on, like, this is way too
I'm
loud.
sorry,
I gotta lower my
sorry,
voice. I can't yell like this. I can't have
I'm
song.
sorry, your voice is not velvet like mine.
You gotta move it out
Velvet.
here. It's a little bit better. A little bit in. A little bit of a
Velvet.
All right, let's
Velvet.
stop saying velvet in a weird ASMR way.
That is, that's
So
a
that
soothing word.
that wraps up the CDL portion. Like again, Florida back-to-back champions are the only team in the CDL with 3 wins this season. So, yeah, kind of shocking. I didn't expect them to be anywhere close to where they're at right now when this season started.
Yeah.
Facts.
Real quick, one thing I want to touch on, one major thing that a lot of people are talking about, they're talking about Pristini, after Chicago got their win, I think they went on like one or two events afterward. I think it was like one event because they didn't play on this past weekend, and they just got slapped. They just got slapped, and then immediately everybody's already questioning Pristini's ability on that team.
Yeah.
So, what are your guys' thoughts and opinions on that?
I mean, he'll get scapegoated no matter what team he's on. The play style that he has, he's not going to put up big numbers. He is a team player, and pros realize that. Pros realize Preston's value to the team because not many people are willing to be that unselfish and play that role. But Preston is. That's why you saw him on E United for 3 years in a row, and at the end of the third year, he ended up winning back-to-back tournaments, and one of them happened to be COD champs. Then this year, he goes to Florida, a team that no one expected to be as good as they are, took them to a finals, but not like by himself, but like he went to a finals with them, and ended up losing. He took a break, first tournament back on Chicago, they win. Like you just.
Well, I mean, he got a championship with them on Florida though.
No, he didn't.
They won the series. Yeah, they did.
No, they subbed out him for Pharaoh that event. And it was Pharaoh's first event, and they won. I guarantee you can look it up. That was Pharaoh's first event.
I will for sure look this up afterwards.
No, Surflex is in my chat. He said the final score of that Dom game was 232-70. He was doing research. I promise you, Preston was not playing on Florida when they won that. I watched that event. He was not playing. Pharaoh was MVP in most people's eyes on Twitter. It was his second event. Let me correct myself. It was Pharaoh's second event. Preston wasn't playing.
There you go.
Yeah, it was an online event. It was an online event too.
No, they won a LAN event.
No.
I swear they won a LAN event.
They went to the Atlanta finals and played FaZe and lost to FaZe. They have not won a LAN this year. They've won 3 online tourneys. The 2 that just won back-to-back, which were online, and the previous one with Pharaoh when he first joined the team before Awakening was ever on there, when Mox was still in place of Awakening. I'm just saying.
So,
Joe, thoughts?
Moving on.
Wait, you didn't give your thoughts.
On what?
Well, he just talked about Pristini being scapegoated.
Oh yeah, I mean 100% that's how it goes, and I kind of think like remember when Pristini took his did he bench himself?
He benched himself, I think, due to mental health.
And see, what if people start scapegoating him on Twitter and the internet, and he sees that and that gets in his head? That's what goes to my mind, is how he's gonna handle that. He's
a very emotional player. Like he said it plenty of times. Like he relies on emotions.
So we're gonna, I'm interested to see how he. I'm hoping he can take the heat on the internet and just block it out, and just keep doing what he does.
And I think playing with people like Seth, like Formal, that have been there, that have done that,
the long-time veterans.
Yeah, that'll definitely help.
They gotta be able to spread some wisdom around.
Same thing with Hex. You gotta think Hex has been there, done that, dealt with so many divas over his career. They can all help him with that and probably keep him on a level head. And now he's level head. Jesus.
Level head.
Raylo Hage. But now he's also back living in the same state with his brother, so I know that definitely helps being so close to his brother again.
Yeah, I know him being around Arcees is going to be a big help with him in the future. Because they've never been separated. This was the first time that they're separated.
Well, yeah, since they were, I think, young teenagers. Because they've said, one time, I can't remember, I think it was Preston went to live with his mom in Cali while Alec was still living with his dad. And then that's how they got a lot closer, was through playing COD together. And then Alec ended up moving down to California, back with Preston and his mom.
Yes, sir.
No Life just said Florida won Dallas, Paris, and Minnesota, which Dallas, I believe, was either the first or second online event.
Yeah.
And they've been to 4 finals. They're the only team. Actually, no, I think FaZe has been to 4 finals now, too. They might have been the 5. But they're one of the only 2 teams to go to 4 finals, I believe.
Surprising.
I really I didn't expect Florida to come in and be a top contending team this
Oh
season.
no! When I
at
saw
all.
that roster coming into the year, I was like, solid
no.
players. No one's bad. Like genuinely,
Yeah.
no one's on a bad player on that team. That's why they got a roster spot. But like, I didn't expect them to mesh well and be a good team dynamic. But they proved me wrong. Like I've said over the course of this podcast a lot. If you prove me wrong, please. Like if I say something negative about you, please prove me wrong.
You
Bro,
say something negative about me all the time.
How the Gorillas doing?
They didn't play last event, but I've been watching. I just got modded for Reese or Vivid, and he's been grinding like every night, playing several series of 10s. Last night he did a search and destroy tournament with Zuma and Mac, and I know they made it to the finals and played Proloot, Illy, and someone else, but I don't know if they ended up winning or not. But I know he's been grinding. He's been playing good. Actually, funny thing was his teammate was on the other team, Spart. So that's also another good thing. Like they're a really good search team, and it's good to see two of their young players. I don't even know if Spart's in the starting lineup. I don't think he is anymore. But it's also just good.
Reps.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to
Getting
see.
reps. Reps are
Dude,
big.
Vivid has beams, bro.
Disgusting.
When me and Z we were playing with Apathy, and it was funny. Was there anybody else with us, Z, or was it just me?
I
And
think
you?
it's just me, you, and Brian.
Yeah, we hopped into a CDO playlist, and we ended up going against Vivid and his subscribers.
Oh yeah,
So-
this is the day I got modded for him too. I was like, I just got modded. No bullshit, Joe. He modded me. We hop in a game with Brian. First game, we run into Reese. And it was just like the funniest shit. I went into a shot. I was like, yo, I'm about to fucking shit on you. It was like bad.
We were sweating, bro.
I was
Call-outs
sweat.
were-
Oh
I mean, we
my
were like,
God.
what's up, pushing top out right now? We're just like, hey, one pushing top out right now. Just kind of like,
bro, like the comms
don't-
were not quiet, bro.
yeah, they wasn't quiet, but don't sit here and be like, what's up, go top out, rotate. We wasn't sweating like that, guys. We were just taking it nice and easy.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
But he has beams, bro. His
Oh,
movement
he's
and his
disgusting.
beams are god tier.
So we've already talked about Preston being scapegoated, everything like that. The next one that I had, why do we think, I've already kind of touched on this for like 5 seconds, why do we think that Paris is underperforming considering they got off to such a good start at the beginning of the year?
They're not doing good.
I just don't think they could make the switch to online. I just feel like that's hurting them the most. They don't know how to compensate for the online switch like everybody else has.
Are they the team that split?
Yeah, they're the two.
That's
See, I know for Fag.
that's gotta be
I
a
said
big
Vac,
reason.
like Vacros. I don't know
Oh,
why I just
Jesus.
said Vac.
Wow.
I know for a fact that Zach or Zed is in North Carolina. He's in like the Raleigh general area, and then I'm pretty sure Kismet is either North or South Carolina. I could have swore one day Zach said on stream that there's 2 North Carolina, 2 Raleigh. But yesterday someone tried to tell me that Kismet's in South Carolina. I'm not 100% sure. I just know there are 2 in the Carolinas for a fact, and then 3 in Cali, which is
Yeah.
not a good split for online at all.
Terrible. That might have a big thing to do with it.
They also just might be underperforming in general.
I mean, yeah.
They
So I'm
might-
not even like I wouldn't even paying close attention to their matches. I don't even know like if they're losing by a lot, like they're getting shit on, or
I mean, I don't know the exact scores, but they won a total of 1 map this weekend.
like, once it gets to that point, it's you can't just put all of that on being
Online,
split.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they're definitely underperforming, but I don't think them being hindered by internet is helping in any way either.
it's really not.
But
We do. I'm really, really hoping that we get to see champs
on
on
land,
LAN.
please.
We don't have that people in the stands, bro. We don't. Let's put all these kids on LAN and just go ahead and air it out, bro. Who's the best?
Someone in my chat, somebody in my chat just said, "What do y'all think of a M pickup or a roll switch?" And they've already tried switching the main AR roles. I believe at one point they tried to put Luca on main AR and Dens at the flex, which didn't work out nearly as well for them as running Dens at the main AR and Luca at the flex.
Yeah, their situation's a little tough, you know.
I grabbed the wrong
Just
one.
because like, a lot of these teams they're doing either role or player switches and it's working out for them. So I just feel like a player switch just needs to happen for them. You know, I just feel like they're not getting a good mesh right now. Their chemistry
No,
probably isn't all
not at
there.
all. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they're playing too slow. You know, the MW, even though it's a boots on the ground game, it's a pretty fast-paced boots on the ground. So you know,
Yeah.
maybe they're just playing too slow and they're getting steamrolled by the likes of like the fast-paced teams. You know.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
sure if they have
100%.
pacing issues or what. I have personally haven't paid enough attention to pairs specifically, and then again, I'm not a coach. I'm not a professional. What I think is their problem could be the total polar opposite. But
Yeah.
I have zero opinion on what I think their problem is, other than them being hindered by online.
Yeah.
I don't know if
That's-
it's roles. I don't know if it's pace. I don't know if it's just like they're underperforming,
Comms.
bad practice, bad comms. Like it could be a number of things that you can't tell from the outside. And I'm a big person in believing I'm not
mean-
gonna sit here and assume what their problems could be, because I could be totally wrong and then spreading false
And
information.
I mean, it can't be easy. It can't be easy getting good
Can't be
practice
easy
in,
being
even with
easy.
the internet issues either. You know.
Well, no one's getting
It
good
ain't easy
practice, but
being
especially
cheesy.
them.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Shaking that pretty good, huh, Z?
Glow in the dark.
Shake, shake, shake.
Shake that booty.
Shake.
All right, next question
Shake
I
that.
had was, since we were on the topic of teams underperforming, I was going to say, why do we think Optic underperformed so bad at Paris?
Honestly, I couldn't give an. I really don't know what happened to them. Like the past
They
couple
looked
ones, they've
incredible.
been-
They
yeah, the
looked
past couple
incredible
of
for a little
events, they've-
bit.
they've been looking good. It looked like they're on a rise. I really don't understand what happened to them this past weekend.
They won as well a total of one map, just like Paris. And that was against the first series against New York.
I know some people are looking towards Chino as the scapegoat,
I mean,
which kind of feels bad.
he's
and
going to
it
be the
sucks.
scapegoat just because he was the new
guy.
person on the team. He was the sub. He's probably the smallest brand as far as those 5 players. But I don't think Chino's the problem.
Hell though, dude. The moment that they dropped JCap and put in
Hell
Chino,
no.
They did
started.
so good. They did so
Yeah.
good that first event. They made it to a
Hell
semis.
yeah.
Didn't they make it to back-to-back semis?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Hell yeah.
Joe's like, I have no clue. Am I right,
But
Joe?
yeah,
Joe, you need to get yourself a nice little shaker cup for about 10 buckarooskies.
you gonna buy it for him?
$10 for a shaker.
You can get glow in the dark. You can get different themes, bro. It's worth.
I'm muting on that one.
All right, screw you too. Surflex put in my chat and said, not sure if I missed it while looking for game stats, but what are your thoughts on the Huntsman's struggle? I know Huntsman went at this event, but I think we kind of touched on it in the past. But I just wanted to answer it since it was a question in chat. I mean, I think just a bad event for them overall. I don't think there's anything they need to change. I think they just need to get a little bit better practice and work on their search. If I do remember correctly, they had a really bad search event. Joe?
Yeah.
Somebody
If
in
that happens at least once the podcast, you raise your hand up like, Joe?
All right, so somebody in chat asked earlier. It was a pretty good question. I didn't want to dive into it because it's something you can really sink into when you talk about it. Who's got the biggest ego in the CDL?
Timp.
Donnie.
That's what I said.
Easy!
Wait, what'd you say, George?
He said Donnie.
Donnie.
Easy.
Yeah. That's
Don.
what I
Okay,
thought-
here, I'm going to give
yeah.
you my top 5.
Yeah.
Donnie. Crimsack.
Chris.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say crimped.
I hate to say this if we're being honest. If I was gonna say Seth, like, as much as I love Seth, but
Yeah.
Seth and Crim both have a reason to have an ego. Like, they can back it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, not only skill level, not or skill wise, but also like their past. Like, they can prove that shit with their tournament wins. Next, I don't know, bro. Damn.
Doug?
I guess kind of.
Doug, but I don't want to
Yeah.
say he's in the CDL. He is, but he's not playing, so I don't want to put Doug in there.
But he does have a huge ego.
He does. Bro, damn, after that it's kind of hard. I gotta sit here and think about this.
But Donnie for sure.
Slasher?
J-Cap?
No, fuck Cap. Cap, if he has an ego, fuck him. He's horrible. Now, he's a great player back in the day. Don't twist my words.
I wouldn't say.
I'll give you my top three. Let's end it at 3.
Yeah.
But I think the 2 and 3 have a reason to have an ego. Like, they can back it up.
Real quick, I just thought about this right now because there hasn't been no new news. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Servicing about Gunless.
He won't play for the rest of the year.
No, he won't.
Yeah. You think he's done for the rest of the season?
It's gonna be what happened to Damon in World War II, but not to that extent. He probably had the hopes of playing again this year, but he won't touch the sticks again this year on a tournament setting.
Probably not.
There's only 3 events until champs. I don't think any team's gonna take a chance. I don't think there really will be another roster move in general for the rest of the year, unless it's dire. Unless it happens before this next event. But I think the rosters you see at the New York event in a couple weeks is the rosters you're going to see at champs. That's just what I think.
Paris and London.
London don't need a roster change.
Well, Paris.
Like I said, unless Paris makes a change before this next event, I don't think they will for the rest of the year. They haven't made one yet. They've been struggling for a while. I think they're going to grind it out. But that's just my opinion.
Who was
Screw
that?
your opinion.
What match was that had like a really close hard point at Hackney?
A million of them.
Yeah.
No, it was like 248 to like 250.
I think there's been a couple like that. I couldn't specifically remember either of the two
For
teams.
this last event?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember.
Someone in
Was
chat might
Minnesota
know.
at the last event?
No.
No.
Okay.
They had their home series before this one, and then took a break. I can see if they're at New York. They are indeed at New York.
No Seattle though, yeah.
No, Seattle is off until London, which is July 17th through the 19th.
Do we got
Wow.
one this weekend or no?
No.
Next weekend then.
What about?
I don't know. Hold up. Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. It says on the CDL website. It says New York, July 10th through the 12th.
My birthday's July 14th, baby.
So we got a couple days or a couple weeks before there's another event, according to this.
Really?
That's what the website's saying. So 3 more events, and the next one apparently isn't until until July 10th. So looks like we will be getting another guest on the podcast next week.
Sweet.
Keep an eye on that, ladies and gentlemen.
Seattle's looking better.
What's going
though.
on, Maddie?
Proto is a good addition to him.
Proto was nice. Seattle came up a little bit.
Yeah, Proto was a good addition to
Good
Seattle.
point, Ronky. Ronky in my chat just said no one would watch on July 4th. Great point.
Sirius
That makes sense.
XOG says Seattle needs help.
Disagree. I think
They did need help.
I
but
think no. So going into the year, I thought they were going to be a super hit or miss team. I thought they were either going to be really good or really bad, and it happens to be they were really bad. But
hit or miss.
with Damon not liking this game, Damon being late for
they never
scrims,
miss.
they couldn't get any adequate practice. And I think with the while these two idiots laugh, I'll mute out and talk to chat. I think that they got adequate practice with Proto, and
Whoa,
are you
hold
two
on.
idiots done?
They need TP? Seattle
God
needs TP?
no, Joey's
I
a
was-
fine coach.
Hit or miss.
Joey isn't the coach, or isn't the problem. Look, I'm gonna leave the call and finish this damn podcast by myself. If y'all don't chill out.
Bro, me and George gotta have this segment every day or every pod. Colgate whitening toothpaste, by the way.
Yo, use code Joe.
Code Joe when you're ordering your drink.
Use code Let's Go Joe for 5% off.
Boys, can we
Okay.
please get back? I'm literally was in the middle of fucking talking for the 15th time. Can I please get my sentence out? I will literally leave the call, bro. I'm trying to get a podcast done so I can stream. Please,
Same.
guys.
Same. Okay.
Okay. When
Oh, wait.
when Damon was still on the team,
Yeah.
he was never showing up for practice. They wasn't getting any adequate practice. And then when he retired and Proto got there, they only got 7 days, but they got 7 days of quality practice, which is more than they can say when they had Damon.
Yep. 100%.
And then now that I finally got that
Practice
out of
is
my
big.
fucking system, because you fucking idiots wouldn't shut the fuck up, someone in my chat said, yo, what are y'all's main team? My
Seattle.
main team would easily be Seattle. And the main reason,
Seattle.
Brian.
FaZe,
But
FaZe,
Apathy.
Seattle.
This dude just loves simp, bro. He's a simp for simp.
I'm not a simp for simp. That is the only Southern team I have.
And that's the reason why they're my second favorite team. Literally, because they're the, other than Florida, well, I guess Texas is technically the,
Florida's not
South,
the South.
but
Florida's
like,
not the South.
yeah, like Atlanta is the closest geographical team to me, personally.
Florida is
Same reason, Joe, same reason why I like the Braves in baseball. Closest geographical region.
because they're the shit. Or they weren't for a long time, but they were at one time.
The
Yo,
shit
who's ready
or
for
worse
baseball to
shit.
come back, boys?
They were the shit. Then they were shit. And now they're
And
kind of coming
Come
back,
back
up.
to being the shit again.
Come back to being these shit. Acuna, boy.
Yo, who's ready for baseball to come back, boys?
I haven't watched MLB since
Who
I was in the
cares
hospital.
about baseball?
I haven't watched the MLB literally since I watched the World Series between the Astros and who did they play in the World Series that year? Is the Astros and
Blue Jays?
no, was it the Blue Jays?
The
I can't
Stros?
remember.
What
yeah,
year?
2017.
When they cheated?
No, this is before they cheated.
Oh, I have no idea.
I believe it was the Jays.
Dodgers. Yeah, it's the Dodgers because I remember watching that. I was in the hospital at the time, and me and my dad
Team
would
Blue.
watch. Me and my dad would watch the World Series every night. That's the last time I ever watched an MLB baseball game.
It's no bandwagon, serious. We don't bandwagon.
Nah, fuck the bandwagon.
If you heard my college
Arizona
team,
Diamondbacks,
you would
baby.
know. No bandwagon.
Arizona
Um,
Diamondbacks, baby.
I wish I could say the same, but UNC, a local team, so I guess you can't call that a bandwagon.
No.
ASU, baby.
I'm jealous of people that live in Alabama.
I wouldn't be an Alabama fan if I was even born and raised in Alabama.
He loves
Wait,
the
was it
unis.
2017 that they did cheat? I thought it was a World Series after 2017 where they cheated.
It might have been 2017, bro.
Oh, whatever. I just remember watching that World Series.
I thought it was 18 that they cheated.
Yeah, I thought it was the World Series they went to after 2017. I don't know.
Was it
Like I said, I've been
19?
out of
I don't know,
MLB
bro.
loop for a long time. I can't tell you. I don't know.
Seriously, I like what you're saying.
Yeah. Like I said, oh, Surflex said they got called both years. Like I said, I don't like spreading false information if I don't know what I'm talking about. So, like I said, y'all said it was both years. I'm gonna take it as both years. I have zero fucking clue.
Twitch chat's always right. You can always count on that.
Hey, you got a good
Exactly.
point.
That is factual information.
All right.
They're scientists in the chat.
Um,
They got their PhD. They got their PDHs.
Crim.
So the next thing I had to talk about regarding CDL was, what do we think FaZe's problem is? We've already talked about Octet. We've talked about Paris. Why? Like I said, if y'all don't know, you don't know. But do y'all have any reasons or any hunches why you think Atlanta's been playing not necessarily bad, but I think bad for their standard?
This
Their G Fuel is running low.
the quarantine's making it hard for them to keep stocked up on G Fuel, I think.
Okay, let's. R said he thinks everybody's catching up. I think that probably has something to do with it, and also another thing is strike back. No,
Tyler the Real says 100p.
100p.
100p with
100p.
them losing the G fuel. Okay.
100A.
Ronky said
100A.
60 hertz. He think them switching to 60 hertz servers might be hurting them. Because you gotta think with how fast they played, they absolutely camera fucked everybody. I'm not saying that's the only reason why they're doing bad, but that might have something to do with it. People can actually see them before they get around the corner now.
I mean, but just think back to how did they actually play bad on land? I can't remember.
No. No.
They
First
weren't
event,
at
they had
London.
a couple bad maps.
They
but-
weren't at London. They played phenomenal launch weekend. They didn't go to London. That's the one that Chicago won, and they went to their own home series, which was second and won.
Chicago won the first one.
Yeah, it was London. Atlanta wasn't there, so the only time we got to see them on land after the launch weekend was their own home event. And I think there might have been one or two more LAN events after that before it went online. And I can't
Wait,
remember
first
back.
event was what?
Launch weekend. So it's where
Launch
every
weekend.
team had the two series. No one won, no one lost. It was just like,
Yeah.
launching it. And then
But
2
first
weeks
event?
later, it was London's home event, which is Chicago ended up winning.
Okay.
And then FaZe's home event, phase 1, so on and so forth.
Wait, I thought Minnesota had an event.
That they held launch weekend.
Oh, that was launch weekend.
Yeah,
okay.
and then two
Gary V
events.
said
yeah,
fuck.
yeah. Then Hex was like, "Yo."
Hex was like, aha! Commercial.
And then
But yeah.
so next one after that was Florida. What are y'all's opinions? What are y'all's thoughts on Florida being the only team with 3 tournament wins now?
They're pissed.
Strike
Honestly,
back.
I think not having any refs, I think a lot of people are.
Grown smacks.
Boom! That one.
Yo, wait, hold on, real quick. We'll get back to that, but you bringing up the Corona Smacks reminded me. There's rumors. There's a lot of speculation going around that there is a lot of cheating going on in the competitive scene right now.
Yeah.
What is your guys' opinion on that, huh?
Ronky, I 100% agree with you.
I believe it.
With that, and
I
was it
mean,
the
I think-
anti-recoil?
Dude, and it makes me sad to say this because if this is true, then it means there's literally no competitive integrity anymore. But there has to be at least one, minimum,
Bro,
one person
there's-
cheating. Like, bro,
every-
it's online.
every
If I was in the
orchard.
CDL, I would be playing in this exact chair, with this exact monitor, with that exact monitor, with wherever the hell my controller is, that exact controller. I can literally have anything.
You can do anything you want.
Like, because a ref might be able to end the call, might be able to hear what you're saying. But it's not like, hey guys, my Cronus is fucking up. I don't have anti-recoil anymore. You wouldn't say that. Like, what? Anyone can get away with it. Like, in all reality, anyone can get away with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to
The one
sit
thing
here
that's
and throw
bothering
out
me- okay.
accusations. We've been trolling about Awakening cheating. I seriously don't. The kid might just be that nasty. But I promise, I think there's at least one motherfucker cheating in this, like, CDL. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
it's more than that, bro. Come on.
No, I'm saying there's like bare minimum. There's one.
It's like COVID, bro. That shit spreads. Quick.
Yeah, like, it just sucks, And the one thing that's kind of annoying me is that everybody's quick to say, there's cheaters, playing the game, there's cheaters left and right and everything, but yet nobody is dropping ads. They're not exposing these people, and I don't understand why.
They gotta grow
Like,
a
if
pair
I-
of balls and expose them.
Like,
Snitches
if
get
I
stitches.
knew, either way, dude, like, you're competing you're competing, you're supposed to be playing on an even playing field. Literally, if you find out somebody's hacking in the competitive scene, you're going to be enticed to hack yourself. The more people that you find out and that you see is hacking is going to make you want to hack more.
Level
Like, it's going to
playing
make you
field.
want to join them. Yeah. And at that
Yeah.
point, it's just going to be complete nonsense, dude. Like, they need to start exposing these people.
I don't know. I think it's definitely a weird situation to be in.
Watch everybody just go to, like, say Champs is, like, gonna be a LAN event. Everybody shows up at LAN and just starts shooting circles.
Hey, literally, bro. Like, just absolute dog ass at the next event on some
That'd
land.
be so funny.
It's
Sadly, I
like, well,
don't
you're
think Chelsea
cheating.
be
Well,
around, though.
you're cheating. Well, you're cheating. You suck dick. You're cheating. That's how it's gonna go.
I think that's probably gonna happen if we see a LAN event.
which I don't think we will, but I hope.
I wish we would, but you know, it's whatever.
Virus is getting worse here in the U.S.
Bro, can we get map voting back? That's just chewing me up, man. I gotta get that off my chest. I need map voting.
Yo, growl, everybody.
This
It is
controller.
finally getting nerfed.
This controller.
Z, we
The
get it.
growl. The growl
We
is
get it.
finally getting nerfed, everybody.
Yeah,
I am
George.
so happy.
George, that was literally my next thing. Was they've announced that the growl, and not only the growl, they said the growl and numerous other guns are getting nerfed.
10mm rounds.
That means
as-
10 mm on that motherfucking MP5 might get nerfed, which means we might see a meta change in the competitive Call of Duty community.
If I get an MP7 buff, I'm splurging everywhere.
No,
What?
that's not
No, that
happening.
thing doesn't need a buff. It can already compete with the MP5.
But
It's
just by
GTK is like
chance-
what? 13 milliseconds longer.
Just by any chance, if it gets any sort of a buff,
George, it doesn't need. That would make it better than the growl.
great.
That'd make it
And
better
I would
than
love that.
anything, bro.
That would just make you a hypocrite, George.
Yeah, bro.
And like, it's on YouTube. It is on the internet forever.
I'll accept it. Just get the growl out of here.
I'm with that.
I'll
with
accept
that.
being called a hypocrite. Just get the growl out of here.
How would y'all feel about them?
Don't get
Like,
it outta
obviously,
here.
I don't think I think the only gun that was like truly confirmed for getting nerfed was the growl. What do y'all's opinions on the 10mm getting nerfed in the MP5? If that happens, it might just be the MP5 overall. It might be the 10mm. What do y'all
I
think
see
as
MP5
far
overall
as
getting the nerf hammer.
what do y'all think as far as
What that dude
competitive?
said.
Bro, I didn't even hear what he said because I'm trying to talk, you little shit. So I've been doing this the whole damn episode. What do you think the comp meta will be?
Uzi and MP7 will become the subs.
But in what way? What maps do you think will run how many MP7s, how many Uzis, how many M4s?
But we at the same time we don't know the Vector could slide in too.
Matty, I agree.
So
Brian put on
there's
Twitter.
literally 3 subs.
Yeah, Brian put on Twitter. He's like, I think the Vector would be a dominant meta. I'm like, I think it's a little inconsistent. I don't think it'll be in the meta personally. After
No.
using it enough, after like we talked about it the day after it came out or the day it came out, I can't remember. And then I don't think we really touched on it too much last week, but I really don't think the gun's consistent enough to make it in pro play personally.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if the Vector makes it into pro scene, it's only going to be like maybe 1 Vector, 2 at most, to where they're not really going to try to, because when you have the MP5 on the map, you can pretty much push any lane, you can pretty much push any gunfight, and you have a high probability of winning it. You know, unless it's against an M4 across the map, and even then, the MP5 can win that gunfight, right?
Yep.
But I feel like if the Vector does get introduced into the pro scene meta, it's going to be a huge playstyle change. You know,
I
the 1 Vector on the map is mainly going to be probably a strictly breach and clear hill, sit in hill type of Vector. It's going to be
Yeah.
that hill sub, and then
Yeah.
you know, if it's going to be up to the pros whether they're going to want the Uzi or the MP7 to be the other subs while the M4 stays the main AR.
This is assuming MP5
Yeah.
gets shit on.
Yeah.
And
But no, okay.
go.
Okay. So Sirius said in the chat, he said Vector needs a range buff. I don't know, maybe to an extent, maybe like a little bit. If you go just too far, it's gonna be worse than
It's going to be
MP5.
worse. It's going to be way worse, especially
Maybe a
with
tad bit,
the
but it
rate of
does
fire.
fall off really bad. It does do that.
No range.
Huh?
You said no range.
None. Yeah, so I mean, maybe tweak it a little bit, but if you push it too far, it's gonna be really tilted.
If you buff it too much, it's going to become the Scorpion from BO2.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
What I was gonna say was I don't think the Uzi is a fast enough sub to be a 4 Uzi meta. I think
No,
maybe
no.
1 Uzi, 2 max is what it would be. So I don't see it being too many Uzis because like Envoy used it at Minnesota and it was only on a couple maps. It wasn't on every map that he used it. So like it's only
Yeah.
certain maps, only certain play styles, and only certain paces will, I think, thrive with the Uzi. Because Jerry said on stream, somebody asked about his opinion on Dylan using it in the tournament. He was like, that kid's a fucking psycho because I can't use that gun for anything. So it's like only certain players with a certain play style will be able to actually benefit from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you see them? So do you see them going the Uzi route or the MP7 route, Z?
I think every map other than maybe Runner would be 2 AR, 2 MP7, 1 Uzi.
Or maybe slide in a Vector
No,
for the Uzi.
I don't think the Vector will make it in the rotation.
All
Unless that thing gets a buff or the pros find the most god tier attachment setup, I truly don't think it'll make it. It might make it in for an event, maybe. It might make it in for a couple scrims, and everyone's truly going to realize how inconsistent the gun is, and I don't think it's going to work. Because it can only get you so far as entries. Half the map you play isn't you entering or sitting in hill. It's you getting cuts. It's you picking up gunfights that the Uzi or that the Vector will lose to guns like the Uzi and the MP7.
I mean, I feel like, you know, when we tried it out, it seemed a lot more inconsistent because it was Vectors versus MP5s, you know? But I feel like if we were to like get all the MP5s out of there and then we'd pretty much see like Vector versus Vector, Vector versus MP7, then the consistency might show up a little better.
It is,
but like I said,
it's just gonna get shit on by the M4. If it becomes a predominantly Vector sub meta, the M4s are just gonna dominate because there's gonna be nothing that can remotely contest their power positions unless they get in their grill. But as AR like Octane, Assault, Skies, Formal, like these guys aren't gonna let them get close enough to do that. They're just gonna pick them off power positions all day long. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off, by the way, George.
No, you cut me off.
Oh, sorry, Joe.
All right.
I just think the Uzi and the MP7 have a hell of a lot better of a range.
Yeah.
And they're good close range. I just don't think the Vector can compete in a competitive standpoint.
How does this nerf gonna affect Warzone?
If they just touch the 10mm, I'm gonna be using M4 MP5 with 45 round mag. I've used M4.
So you're gonna go M4?
M4 or Kilo. I don't go.
Yeah,
I tried out
them.
I tried out the M13 before the Growl was a thing. I didn't like it at all.
Gun.
Way too inconsistent. It's
Beams.
super good. Short and medium range is phenomenal, but long range it shoots literal marshmallows. M4 is a do-it-all gun. M4 is like the Growl as far as it is overpowered, but as far as long range is concerned, it has that bounce that makes it not as effective at long range. It requires more of a skill to use it.
I just wonder
MP7's my baby.
What aspect of the Growl are they gonna hit?
Recoil.
Recoil,
Not only vertical recoil, I think they're gonna make it bounce a little bit more, have more horizontal.
That's what you think.
I think,
or they might even nerf the damage at range.
maybe that, like
And
damage
it's
at
like,
range, maybe, but like damage, it's not even that overpowered. Like truly, like
No.
it doesn't hit that hard. It just beams that
It's
hard.
just, yeah.
I agree with that. Maybe the damage at range, but I think predominantly just recoil. They might touch the range a little bit, but mainly the recoil, because that's the biggest issue with it. It literally just doesn't move if you have the right attachments.
Ooh, Sirius says, what if the M4 gets nerfed?
Then that's going to be all hell. If that does happen, and they don't nerf the Galil, I believe the Galil is fair play now, because the Growl was used against Seattle in the Minnesota home event when they played Minnesota.
Annoyed the crap out of me.
That thing is overpowered. I think we might see that. The Kilo, maybe. M13, maybe. But like Ram 7, dude, the Ram 7 has the fastest TTK in the game. Like there's
weird recoil.
Yeah, there's multiple assault rifles that can be used.
It'd be interesting if we see an M4. If we see an M4 and MP5 nerf, depending on the severity of the nerf, it'll be interesting to see how much the pro scene will change.
Which, it doesn't make sense to me that they would decide to do it this late in the game after months of people complaining, considering AW didn't nerf the ASM-1 or the BAL until after the competitive season was over. Why can't you wait 2 more months? Because you know that's going to, if they nerf both of them, you know that's going to piss off every single pro player.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like, that's a huge change to the game. with 4 events if you include champs left in the year. I just
Yeah.
don't think that's fair.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that. More than likely.
You never know.
It's
You
IW,
never
bro. They're
know.
fucking stupid.
They are that. That is terrible. They got, I don't know what they're doing. I have
So,
no idea what
Joe
they're doing.
Seacott, fuck you.
Hey.
I'm sorry. This man's almost ruined Call of Duty for me.
Hey, we got to try to get sponsors in the future, dog.
Joe Seacott, suck me.
I'm with Z. Fuck that dude.
Horrible, horrible developer. Horrible team of developers. I'm sorry. I don't like bashing on games, but like just the decisions that they make, it's just mind blowing. None of them make sense. None of them. You're gonna make a game 5v5, 6v6, but then you build 4v4 maps.
Hey, I'll be open to sponsorships.
The game was chalked from the start. I don't have a problem with Activision or anything like that.
Treyarch.
It's just like this group of developers, which is from Infinity Ward, are just horrible.
Awful. Terrible.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sit here and praise him when he does a horrible fucking job. Like, he's bad at his job, and I'm not gonna let him sit here and be like, "Oh, it's all right, it'll get better next year." No, you fucking suck, and I hope you know it.
I like him.
And no, like, Toxic Z is out right now, and like I'm just sitting here thinking about this shit, and I'm literally fuming. Fuck that dude, he needs to get fired. What's his name? Michael, whoever the fuck it was for World War II, he got released halfway through the year, and his game was 10 times better than the piece of shit that we're playing on. Michael Condrey. I would rather have Michael Condrey in the beginning of World War II than the piece of shit Joe Seacott has done with this game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna speak my mind freely. It's my podcast. All 3 of our podcasts. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, I was about to say your
I meant like it's my
I was
podcast.
like, yeah.
It's your
You
podcast.
might do all the work.
No.
You might put all the schedules together, but damn it, it's
No,
not
what
just
I meant
you
by
on the
that,
screen.
what I meant by that is my podcast, it's your podcast, it's George's podcast. It's all of our own podcasts.
You had that backwards on me.
But for me, you're right here, and George is right
Z
here.
is right here for me. Z
George
is
is
right
right
here
here
for
for
me.
me.
This is a mind fuck that we're doing right now. I just heard nothing.
That way.
Yeah, Z's over here, Joe's down here.
Z, touch my fingertip.
Wait, am I going this way?
Yeah. A little more. A little more. Wait, okay, I'll come get you.
Oh, I gotta go to
Oh
your
my-
stream. That's fucking stupid.
Wait, Joe, where am I?
Okay, let's not.
Go to your. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Okay. All right.
Let me see if I have. I don't know if I have any. Oh wait, what do y'all think the? Well, I know we do this about every week. The current condition of Warzone.
Wait, what we think about Warzone right now?
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I got
I'm
better,
actually-
so I'm liking it.
I'm having a blast on Warzone.
I'm having fun. Me and George
I
are
had-
dropping bombs.
I had like
Awesome.
one bad day a few days ago to where I just lost the absolute fool. I just wasn't having a good day. And now
We're dropping bombs.
yeah, I don't know what happened with me, but now I'm
Me and George
twisted.
dropping bombs.
Me and Joe could probably do a squad and we could get a win.
Yeah, probably. Probably easy. 20 kills each.
And then my ego chows have just been unmatched lately.
You're
No,
getting a little carried away with the ego chows, though. I'm just saying, like,
I played Warzone with Dill, Kelly, and No Life.
Kelly's in my chat right now.
Dog, I was frying. Ask Kelly. I had so many times where I would just like 1v3, 1v4 a team, like clutch out, like just insane moments, and it's actually the most fun I've had on Warzone in months.
Yeah.
I mean, you had that game with us and we got that first game dub.
Huh?
Wasn't it yesterday when you had that game with us and we had the first game dub?
Yeah, but I had more fun doing that because I also dropped a 21 kill game in one of those games where I had like 2 insane clutches.
Yeah. Screw us, right, Joe?
And come on, Kelly was playing. How could he not have fun playing with Kelly?
Oh, yeah, screw us, right, Joe?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah, I think it's time to end the pod. permanently.
Yeah. Oh.
I brought you into this world.
Bitch, please.
Yeah. So, podcast will be done indefinitely.
Probably till next week. Yeah. Probably till next week. Kelly is better than that, 100%. She's
100%.
savage, 100p.
She's a savage. Classy, moody, raging.
Low key, if Z shaved all his facial hair, put some makeup on, I don't know, man.
You got me feeling some type of way.
I don't know, man.
On that note.
All right, so Z. Wait, we got anything else to talk about? Map voting. I want that back. I'm sick of hitting quick play. Getting
the same map repetitively.
Piccadilly Hardpoint or Grasna Raid.
Wait, did y'all see the clip that I put on Twitter last night?
Yeah. Hacker.
George, did you see?
No, because you didn't see mine.
Dog, after the pod, I need to hear your reaction to this. I know you can't watch it right now. George,
Only if you watch mine,
George,
too.
I'm a hacker.
He's a hacker.
Like, no.
Oh, wait, are you talking about the S&D one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
I saw
a
that.
hacker.
Okay, Symphony. Symphony! Real quick.
Symphony's
Symphony.
not. The only thing I'm gonna say is Symphony's not a hacker. It's the only thing. That's the only thing I'll say. Symphony, he was too good at Fortnite, a game that actually had a skill gap. He switched to Call of Duty on keyboard and mouse, which has always been unfair, especially in a setting like Warzone where there's more long-range
Recoil
gunfights.
control is too easy.
Recoil control. I promise you, Symphony's not hacking.
You plugged in a mouse for like 10 minutes and you
Dropped 8 kills.
it decimated a kid. Like you sent me a clip. Like this is wow.
It's
it was
too-
it doesn't move.
I promise you, bro. Like literally, he was playing with. I saw a clip where he was playing with Huskers, and Huskers was like fake swiping onto people through a wall, and they were just like, "Oh my God, you're a hacker!" Like, bro, the one clip, the most fishy clip to me, is where, like, and this is other people's words. Like, the most fishy clip was he was shooting someone and then snapped up into the sky. If it was aim lock, he would have snapped onto somebody and gotten hit markers. But no, he just fucked around, snapped to the sky, shot a couple times, and went back down. He is not cheating. I'm sorry.
He's trolling, bro.
He's
showing
trolling,
the hard.
bro. He's
trolling.
trolling, and guess what? Look how much publicity he's getting. It's working.
Bro, in the words of Tim the Tatman, bro, Symphony's too stupid. To hack.
He's too stupid to install an aimbot.
I don't know, bro.
He's not.
Have you
Trust
seen
me,
his
bro.
setup? If he put his
Symphony
setup
is
together,
not
he-
hacking. No big streamer is hacking. They're too stupid to literally potentially jeopardize their whole entire career over to have good numbers in Call of Duty Warzone.
I mean, look at Jarvis.
Huh?
But he did that
Jarvis.
as a troll for a YouTube video. That's not the same.
Holy Jarvis. Sorry.
Maya!
Uppa, yip yip.
Alpha, yip yip.
Yo, Z, you need to hop on Smite, Z. There's some crazy stuff going down next month.
Crazy.
Bruh, I installed it 3 weeks ago, and y'all haven't got on to play.
Because Warzone's been a vibe.
And Tens has been a vibe.
Bro, they're bringing in Avatar characters into Smite.
I'm
We
playing
got the
Aang.
last Airbender, bro.
I'm playing Aang.
Bro, give me fucking Zuko, dog.
I was about to say Zuko, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Off, bro.
Y'all would rather take Zuko over the Avatar? Are you fucking stupid?
They're probably
Bro,
gonna make
because
Aang
he-
OP.
But nah, I feel like he's gonna be like Merlin, where it's gonna be overwhelming. Because they're probably gonna do his skill set just like Merlin, where you could switch between the elements.
Yeah, probably. Pat said,
Merlin has
I
his
got the
void,
Dark
fire, and
Lord.
ice.
Yo, okay. I'm not the Dark Lord.
I was born in the darkness.
Hold up. I was born in the darkness. Hold up. Everybody put it back on. Everybody put it back on. I'm gonna get a screenshot and make it the thumbnail of the YouTube video. All three of us looking like fucking Bane, please.
Oh, we're doing it again?
Wait, no, George fucked it up.
Nothing.
George, you gotta stop fucking touching it. It'll do.
We're in the middle.
Low key, it's smelling good in there.
Man, we're in the middle of doing that. My mom walks by. She sees me doing it. She's like, "What are you doing?"
That's funny. It wasn't the greatest thumbnail. We can actually get it done later as well if we need
That thing
to.
was smelling kind of nice though.
Mine was too. Not gonna lie.
Or I'm sorry, bro. I just don't think any professional streamer would cheat. Like, I just don't see why they would. Like, especially if you're not competing
Jarvis.
competitively for money. There's no point to.
Yeah, whatever.
They're streaming.
Or just be Nick Merckx and expect everybody to be cheating. Yo, chat. I don't know about this guy, man. I don't know about this.
Maddie said George was doing that Willow Smith song, the hair one. I'm in my head, baby.
He's won. Bro. No fucking shy. Bro.
You gotta look off to the side. You gotta look off to the side. You gotta look off to what is it? His right? Yo, chat. I don't know about this guy, chat.
Yo, chat. See that dude? Bro, he's won. Bro, fuck. No shot, bro. No fucking shot.
Yo, somebody clip this and tag Nick Merckx on Twitter, yo.
Bro, he already done got tagged in the other dude's TikTok. Bro. Low-key, yo, hey, got some plates. Drop some plates.
Joe, I believe it's your outro, by the way.
It's my outro?
And he's out.
Okay, whatever. Are we ready?
Yeah.
We covered all the bases.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick did have a nice interview on Pardon My Take last week. That was I listened to it. It was really nice.
Joe is in love
Pretty
with
lit.
Nick.
That's my dad. Come on.
The reason why he has his name. Let's go, Joe.
Okay. Wait, can I ask one more question? What date is the ground nerf coming, do we think?
No, we don't know.
They just said the middle of this week.
I'm calling it July 7th.
I have no clue. I'm not gonna.
July
said
7th.
They said in the middle of this next week.
No, July 7th.
All right, Joe, let's get it rapping, brother.
All right, let's wrap it up. All right, everybody on Twitch, appreciate y'all hanging out in all of our chats, except for George because he can't stream this. But yeah, that was fun. Okay, I gotta start that over. I did terrible right there. I lost my train of thought. All right, I've done this so many times. Okay, all right, guys, appreciate y'all hanging out, man. Stop.
George, bro, come on, keep it together.
I do suck, Tyler. You shut your whore mouth. All right. All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all hanging out, listening to the pod. If you're on YouTube, man, drop a like for us, man. Drop a comment. If we can do anything better, let us know. Drop it down. If you like what we're doing, give us a like. Hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. All right. Let's run that up. All right. Appreciate everybody. And I guess we'll catch y'all next week. Same time, same place.